Algebra lessons. Disclaimer: this video is based on my knowledge. As a mathematics professor, the lessons are exactly based from the lessons I teach my students. All photos and video clips are all copyright free. Toyo Oka TV. Toyo Oka TV. Ang channel na naglalantad ng kaalaman. Kung bago pa lang kayo sa aking channel, Toyo Oka TV, don't forget to subscribe, share, comment my videos. Don't forget to hit the buttons, the notification bell. Chapter 5: Quadratic Equations. Chapter 5: Quadratic Equations. The quadratic formula. The quadratic formula. The quadratic formula states that x is equal to negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. The quadratic formula states that x is equal to negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. The quadratic formula states that x is equal to negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Illustration: 2x squared minus 4x minus 30 equals 0. A is the coefficient of x squared equals 2. B is the coefficient of x equals negative 4. C equals negative 30. Let us solve the following quadratic equation by the quadratic formula. 2x squared minus 4x minus 30 equals 0. A equals 2. B equals negative 4. C equals negative 30. The quadratic formula states that x is equal to negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. By substitution, x equals positive 4 plus or minus the square root of negative 4 squared minus 4 times 2 times negative 30 all over 2 times 2. x equals 4, plus or minus the square root of 16 plus 240, all over 4. X equals 4, plus or minus the square root of 256, all over 4. X equals 4, plus or minus the square root of 256, equals 16, all over 4. Let us split the plus or minus sign. 4 plus 16 equals 20, all over 4, equals 5. 4 minus 16 equals negative 12, all over 4, equals negative 3. There are three ways to solve quadratic equations by quadratic formula: by completing the square, by factoring x squared minus 7x plus 8 equals 0. Let us identify the coefficient of x squared. In our analysis, the coefficient of x squared is positive 1, so a equals 1. B equals negative 7. And C is positive 8. Let us substitute the values of a, b, and c in the quadratic formula. X is equal to minus, and b is negative 7, plus or minus b squared equals negative 7 squared, minus 4 times a is 1, times c is 8, and everything is divisible by 2, times a is 1. X equals negative and negative 7 is positive 7, plus or minus negative 7 squared is 49, minus 32, divided by 2. X is equal to 7, plus or minus square root of 17. Everything is divisible by 2. Let's split this sign, the positive and negative sign. X equal to 7 plus the square root of 17 divided by 2. X is equal to 7 minus the square root of 17 divided by 2. X equals positive 7 plus the square root of 17 equals 4.123, all over 2. X equals 5.562. X equals positive 7 plus the square root of 17 equals 4.123, all over 2. X equals 5.562. X equals positive 7 plus the square root of 17 equals 4.123, all over 2. X equals 5.562. X equals positive 7 plus the square root of 17 equals 4.123, all over 2. X equals 5.562. X equals positive 7 minus 4.123, all over 2. X equals 1.434. X equals positive 7 minus 4.123, all over 2. X equals 1.434. X equals positive 7 minus 4.123, all over 2, x equals 1.434. X equals positive 7, minus 4.123, all over 2, x equals 1.434. X equals positive 7, minus 4.123, all over 2, x equals 1.434. X equals positive 7, minus 4.123, all over 2, x equals 1.434. Let us check our answers. Substitute x equals 5.562 to the quadratic equation, x squared minus 7x plus 8 equals 0. 5.562 squared equals 30.9358 minus 7 times 5.562 equals 38.934 plus 8 equals 0. Negative 8 plus 8 equals 0. Substitute x equals 1.434 to the quadratic equation, x squared minus 7x plus 8 equals 0. 1.434 squared equals 2.0563 minus 7 times 1.434 equals 10.038 plus 8 equals 0. Negative 8 plus 8 equals 0. Let us solve another quadratic equation problem by the quadratic formula. Solved by quadratic formula. 2x squared plus 3x minus 2 equals 0. Solved by quadratic formula. 2x squared plus 3x minus 2 equals 0. Solved by quadratic formula. 2x squared plus 3x minus 2 equals 0. 2x squared plus 3x minus 2 equals 0. The quadratic formula. X equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. What is a, b, and c equal to? We have all the x variables at the left, 0 on the right. A equals positive 2, b equals positive 3, c equals negative 2. X equals negative b equals positive 3, plus or minus the square root of b squared, so that is 3 squared, minus 4a is positive 2, times c is negative 2, all over 2a is positive 2, equals 4. So we have negative 3, plus or minus the square root. 3 squared is 9. Negative 4 times 2 is negative 8. And negative 8 times negative 2 is positive 16, all over 4. 9 plus 16 is 25, all over 4. The square root of 25 is 5, all over 4. Let us break the positive and negative into two parts. Negative 3 plus 5, all over 4. Negative 3 minus 5, all over 4. Negative 3 plus 5 is positive 2. Negative 3 minus 5 is negative 8. over 4 equals 1 over 2. If we divide both terms by 2, negative 8 divided by 4 is negative 2. X equals 1 over 2. Or x equals negative 2. To check your answers, just substitute the value of x to the given equation. 2 times negative 2 squared plus 3 times negative 2 minus 2 equals 0. Negative 2 squared is 4. 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. Minus 2 equals 0. 2 times 4 equals 8. Negative 6 minus 2 equals negative 8. Let us solve another problem. Let us solve another problem. 6x squared minus 17x plus 12 equals 0. A is positive 6. B equals negative 17. C is 12. X equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. B is negative 17 plus or minus the square root of b squared is negative 17 squared minus 4. A is 6. C is 12. Divided by 2a. 2 times 6. Negative times negative 17 equals positive 17 plus or minus the square root of 17 squared equals 289. Minus 4 times 6 times 12 equals 288. 2 times 6 equals 12. Inside the square root symbol, we have 289 minus 288 equals the square root of 1. The square root of 1 is 1. We have 17 plus 1 over 12. At this point, we have the plus and minus symbol. We can have two answers. The other answer is 18 over 12. 17 minus 1 is 16 over 12. So 18 is 6 times 3. 12 is 6 times 2. X equals 3 over 2. To the other one. 16 is 4 times 4. 12 is 4 times 3. The other answer is x equals 4 over 3. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. God bless you all. God bless you all. God bless you all.